Hey guys, so today I'm filming a chit chat get ready with me on a look that I have been wearing a lot this month and last month, using some ColourPop eyeshadows and some Milani Bella eyes. These are products that I have reviewed, so I'll link those reviews up here. These are some of the newest eyeshadow formulas that I've tried, and I am quite impressed, and I came up with a look that I really love and wanted to share with you guys, so that's what I'm doing in this video. In the last video, I asked you if you wanted to see the face products as well, and you guys said yes, so that is what we're doing today. I did already do my brows. I used the Soap & Glory Brow Archery in the shade Love is Blonde. I am going to speed up some parts of this video to keep it from being extremely long. I'm also going to leave all the products and the brushes that I use down below, so check there for all the information, and now just get started. So for primer, I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte and my NYX Pore Filler. This is going to go all over my face to help control oil, and this is going to go around my nose to fill up my large pores.
J's on my feet, J's on my feet.
J's on my feet.
But I can twerk.
I'm in the club, high up perk, with some shades on. Tatted up, mini skirt, with my J's on.
So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Revlon Colorstay. This is the oily combo version in the shade 150 Buff, and I'm going to apply that with my Real Techniques Expert face brush.
With some shades on, tatted up, mini skirt, and my J's on.
J's on my feet, you know. J's on my feet, you know. J's on my feet, you know. So get like me. J's on my feet, you know. J's on my feet. J's on my feet.
So for some reason, whenever I use this foundation and this primer, I feel like it makes this look more matte on my skin and have fuller coverage. Because I'm using this matte primer, I think it creates just the perfect base for me, because I have always considered this a medium coverage foundation, and it is, but it gives a little bit more coverage when I use this primer for some reason. That's just what I found using these together, but I am quite liking that. So now that I have my foundation complete, I'm moving on to concealer. I'm going to use my MAC ProLongwear concealer and NC15 on my blemishes, and my NYX HD concealer in the shade number 2 Fair on my under eye. I'm going to blend out my blemish concealer with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush and my under eyes with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I forgot to dampen this, so we're going to use it dry today, see how that goes. So just going to pump out a very small amount of ProLongwear concealer because I don't have too many big blemishes at the moment. Luckily my foundation covered up a lot of the small areas. But I'm just using whatever I have here to cover up my spots. And I like to leave my blemish concealer to set for a little bit. I feel like it gives it more coverage than if I am to blend it out right away. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I feel. So then I'm going to take my NYX HD concealer in Fair, which is a dupe of ProLongwear, but this, you'll run out of this like way fast. There's not that much product in here, but it's a really great full coverage concealer from the drugstore. So I'm just going to take this under my eyes to highlight and conceal, which I know this is very light. I'm going to take it the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow, and the center of my forehead. So I'm going to blend out the NYX concealer with this Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I'm taking the flat side. And I really like to make sure to blend this. I like this upside triangle because I feel like it also helps sculpt my face. And I like to bring it up along the top of my cheekbone, which I think, again, helps sculpt out my cheekbone once I apply my blush and contour and everything. So just patting it in and blending it out. Now for the blemish concealer. This e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush is so awesome. It doesn't really take away the product, but it blends it out really nicely without shearing it out, which is why I love using this. I used to use the Real Technique sponge, but I felt like it kind of sheared out the coverage a little bit, and I want maximum coverage on my blemishes. But this blends out really easy, which I love. So now I'm going to set my face with some powders on my under eyes. I'm going to use the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light. This is a very fair shade. And I'm going to use the e.l.f. Small Tapered Brush for that. And then for my face makeup, I'm going to use my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation in the shade number 1 Ivory with my e.l.f. powder brush. And this will give me some nice coverage. So I'm going to just apply that starting with the under eye powder. And I'm also going to take this on the center of the face where we highlighted, not using too much.
J's on my feet, J's on my feet.
J's on my
So now to finish off the face, I'm going to bronze, contour, and put blush on. So I'm going to use the Revlon PhotoReady Bronzed and Chic Bronzer. This was discontinued, but hopefully you guys were able to get your hands on it. It's a great matte bronzer. I'm going to take my e.l.f. stippling brush in the top 2 shades to bronze my face. Doing the E3. And the same on the other side. Then taking it down my neck to ensure that my face and my neck are matching. To contour, I'm going to take the bottom 2 shades with my Sigma F05 small contour brush. And I'm going to just chisel out my cheeks. And this is such a nice, soft, creamy bronzer that it blends really well, and I find that it does not look too harsh. I love the 4 different tones in this bronzer to work for a variety of skin tones, or for me, a variety of purposes, which I love. It's great for travel, too. So then I'm going to take this Real Techniques blush brush and blend that out. I got a little heavy-handed there. So to finish off the face, I'm going to apply blush. I'm using the MAC Mineralize blush in the shade Warm Soul. Really nice peachy tan. It's going to help complement the eye look without taking it over. So I really like that. And I'm going to apply it with my Walmart HD Angled Blush Brush. And I'm going to focus this on the backs of my cheeks and work forward towards the apples. And this does have a really nice sheen to it, which is why we don't need a highlighter, but you can always apply one if you'd like. And now we are done with the face, so I'm going to zoom you in for the eye makeup. So now moving on to the eyes. As you can see, I've already done this one, but I'm going to apply my Milani eyeshadow primer from my lash line to my brow bone. Next, I'm taking the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Just Beige and applying this from my lash line to my crease. So I just use this skin tone base to make the shadows more intense instead of actually changing some of the color. So now moving on to the shadows. The first shade I'm going to apply all over my lid is going to be the ColourPop eyeshadow in the shade Sequin. This is a mix between a copper and a rose gold. So I used to always apply these shadows with my finger. In my review video, I talked about having a hard time applying them. And my friend Ami tagged me in a photo on Instagram. And she said that Coffee Break with Danny suggested trying these shadows with a sponge tip applicator. And she said that it worked so well. So I'm trying it for the first time today. And I have to say it did work so well. Usually with this shadow, I'll get a little bit of glitter fallout. I didn't get that at all. It went on very intensely pigmented and it was much more precise than when I used my finger. So I was really happy that I had some of these laying around because I usually throw them away. So that's how I'm going to show you how to apply these today. Just pressing the applicator into the shadow and pressing it onto the lid. how weird that it works so well with a sponge tip applicator. But I'm so glad that Danny discovered that, because I had been wondering the best way to apply it, and I'll have to try it in the crease with this someday and let you guys know how that works. So now moving on to some of the Milani Bella Eyes eyeshadows. This is number 3 Bella Cappuccino. This is going to be the crease color, and I'm going to apply with my Sigma E25 blending brush. This shade is quite pigmented, but it's on the lighter side, so it is going to help kind of smoke out this look, but the attention is still going to be on that lid shade. But these are very pigmented, smooth, and blendable. Just making sure to connect some to that outer V. And of course, if you wanted to make this more of a deep color, then I would apply a base underneath, like a Maybelline Color Tattoo and Toughest Taupe would be nice to make this a little bit more intense. So for my transition color, I'm going to be using the Milani Bella Eyes eyeshadow in the shade number 27, Bella Mandarin, which is a gorgeous orange color, so pretty. And I'm going to apply that with my Sigma E45 small tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to go around the edges of the crease to help blend that out and give it a little bit of a warmer feel. Then for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to use that same Sigma brush and my Wet n Wild Brulee eyeshadow. It's a matte cream. I am using up the last little bit of this, so this is a perfect highlight for me. I'm going to take it right under the brow bone. So to finish up the eye look, I'm just going to clean up the outer edge of my shadow. So I'm going to take my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC15 and my Real Techniques Detailer brush. And I'm going to go along the outer part of my eye, right where my upper and lower lid meet, and dragging it up and smoothing it down with my finger. This just helps clean up the edges. You could always use a piece of tape, but I personally like this better. So I always like to set that concealer. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Brulee eyeshadow and my e.l.f. small precision brush to just help keep that concealer in place. So there we go. That is the finished eye look. I'm going to do eyeliner and mascara and be back to show you what's going on my lips. So for the eyeliner and mascara, I use my Maybelline Line Stiletto Liquid Liner on my upper lash line. I use my Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner in the shade In the Nude on my waterline. For mascara, I use the Calvin Klein 1 mascara, the Lorac Pro, and the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. So now for lips, I'm going in with a nude shade that has a little bit of pink and a little bit of brown to it, which I think really complements the eye look and the blush, but it does not overtake the makeup. So I am using the Maybelline Creamy Matte Lipstick in the shade Daringly Nude, number 655. And this is the finished look. Let me know what you guys think. I love the way that this makeup looks together. This has definitely been a favorite of the month. And let me know your thoughts on the ColourPop and Milani Bella Eyes eyeshadows. I would love to know your favorite shades, or if there's any others that I need to have in my life. Like I said, check out my reviews for swatches and details of these products and to see all the shades that I have. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.